What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me right here at my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that I love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, TV shows. If it's geeky, if it's nerdy, I love to talk about it right here. Right now, I want to talk about this bad boy. Batman 3 Jokers. It is the limited series that we've been waiting on, seems like forever. So I'm going to take you all the way back to, gosh, when was the Darkseid War? 2016? We're talking 4 years ago-ish? The Darkseid War, when Batman is in the Mobius chair and they're fighting, I believe at that point they're fighting the Anti-Monitor, and he asks the Mobius chair, when he's connected to all this infinite knowledge, he asks the Mobius chair who Joker is. And then he freaks out. He's like, what? It can't be. And then we fast forward to, I believe it was the Button storyline with Batman and Flash that was setting up the Doomsday Clock. We learn at that point what the Mobius chair told him. The Mobius chair told him that there wasn't one Joker, but there were 3 Jokers. And then we fast forward all the way to, what, 3 years? It's been 3 years since the Button storyline that we get this. The 3 Jokers finally has arrived after countless delays and just seemingly taking forever to get here. So my copy of the 3 Jokers, it came with this Joker card, which is kind of neat. It's a nice little touch. And then I got the what's called the bomb variant. It's the copy that I got is the bomb variant. It's not the newsstand cover. So first of all, this is a fantastic first issue. It really is. The story is very tight. It's not the most linear story, but I believe that that flashbacks work when they're working to support the linear narrative that's being told. Flashbacks don't always do that. Lots of times they show flashbacks for the sake of flashbacks, or they'll put in a little box that references something. And all the flashbacks in this are referencing a specific Joker, one of the 3. And it's really setting up Barbara Gordon and Jason Todd's history with the Joker. And which Joker it could have been specifically that they were tied to. The good stuff. Obviously, the art in this is top-notch. Very good art. The DC Black Label, it's always been top-notch art, top-notch paper. Everything has been kind of as good as it can get. That's a great panel. Here's at the top here, you can see all 3 Jokers there. So in this one, they introduced 3 Jokers. They introduced, what are they? I read it, but I forget what the 3 Jokers were called. Now I remember one was the comedian, the other was the criminal. You have the comedian, the criminal, and the clown. Yep, the comedian, the criminal, and the clown. Those are the 3 different Jokers. And like here, you see they're referencing Death in the Family, where he kills Jason Todd. And is it me, or is that's a guy who's gotten the Joker toxin, so he's dead? Is it me, or does that guy look like Nicolas Cage? I don't know. That's kind of what I thought. And then, where is it? I'm looking for something here. Oh, here it is. You've got Barbara kind of looking back to when Joker shot her and paralyzed her. So you've got the 2. It seems like Barbara and Jason Todd are going to be kind of the 2 of the primary protagonists in this story. And then I want to talk about the opening also. The opening is really great. You know, we've seen the origin of Batman several times, but this one goes over the origin again, and the way that it does it is really cool. Look, it does it through scars. So Alfred's tending to some of Batman's scars, and we look at where each specific scar came from. So there's a flashback of the Penguin stabbing him, Bane breaking his back, Riddler hitting him with something. We've got, even Catwoman slashing him, and then there's a few more here. There's a number of others here, but then we get to specific Joker attacks where, you've got Joker causing damage to his body. And each Joker is potentially a different Joker. So I'm not going to get too heavy into the plot here because I don't want to spoil anything. But I will say that it does take several Joker story type turns, and we even get to a point where we're seeing, this isn't really a spoiler, so I'm going to go ahead and show you, a Jokerized shark in an aquarium. So that's kind of cool. silly to be fair, but cool. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in here. The first issue kind of ends with a bit of a shocking ending that I honestly did not see coming. I probably should have seen it coming, but I didn't. And it's really, I dropped that card. It's really kind of an ending that's been, decades in the making. And I think it's going to be satisfying for a lot of people, but it's also going to open up a lot of questions on, did we really just see what we think we saw, and what does it mean for the future of Batman and the Joker? So definitely worth picking up. It looks like it's going to go in some very interesting places, and I really enjoyed this book very much. Now, we've got a lot of Joker going on right now. We're in the middle of the Joker War in the main series. Batman, Detective Comics, I believe that, if I remember correctly, the main Joker War story is going on in Batman, but then it's spinning off into like Detective Comics and Nightwing and Harley Quinn, and all the other Bat books are also crossing over with the Joker War. And the Joker War, to be fair, I haven't loved it. It's been okay, but we're still close to Endgame. Remember Batman Endgame? It's one of the greatest Joker stories ever told. And we're not that far removed from that. So I'm having a hard time not comparing the two, and not comparing the two in a way that paints the Joker War negatively. So that being said, this appears like it might take place out of continuity. I don't know. Alfred's obviously still alive in this. It took so long for this to hit the shelves that maybe this took place in the past. And maybe we'll see it referenced eventually in the Joker War. I think this takes place out of continuity, though, which is interesting because the Darkseid War is in continuity. Maybe it's just because the DC continuity is just about as messed up and convoluted as it's ever been, even though we've had Flashpoint and the New 52 and Rebirth all within the last 10 years. It's still more convoluted, confusing, and non-linear, and just a big jumbled mess than it's ever been. And that's my biggest gripe with DC Comics, and really any major Marvel. Marvel does the same thing. They're guilty of the same thing, guys. I read DC a lot more than Marvel, so that's my biggest complaint, though, about Marvel or about DC, is that it's so convoluted and so hard to follow, and it doesn't seem like there's any direction that the universe is taking. And this is more evidence of that. A good story, good first book, very interesting. Can't wait to see number 2. Can't wait to read number 2, but I don't know where it fits in. If it fits in at all. And that's a problem. But guys, really like the Joker War. I really liked Three Jokers. Thought it was a great book. Definitely think you should pick it up and check it out. Especially if you're a Batman fan, especially if you're a Joker fan. But guys, honestly, if you're just a comic book fan in general, I think you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of the Joker War. It was a good first issue. So, but I'm just one person. What did you think of the Joker War? I keep saying the Joker War now. I keep saying it. I'm just one person. What did you think of Batman the Three Jokers? You can tell me what you think of the Joker War also if you want. I don't care. Once it's done, I'm going to do a video about it, but we're still, I think at least a month away from it being done, maybe two. So right now we are specifically talking about the Three Jokers. What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your take on it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for joining me right here at the LQ Review, where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff we love to talk about. Until next time, we'll see you later.